Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Get In There podcast. It's me.
Get in there!
Dude, I need to fucking get ready for that, bro. I'm about to start talking, and then all of a sudden, you're fucking getting in there.
Yeah,
Um, it's me, Jobin. I'm here with my best friend.
Matt.
I fucking love this guy. I love
Mhm.
him so fucking much.
Oh man, I love you
Dude,
too, man. With those sunglasses, bro, you looking like a fucking 80s cop, man. I love it.
bro, you know what? They are practical and stylish. I
Yes.
I'm basically the director of the podcast, so I'm looking at all the screens, So
Hmm.
it's very helpful to have the sunglasses on because
Yeah.
people, you're not fucking looking at me like, it doesn't look so obvious, but
But
uh
basically behind the eyeglasses, you're just
yeah,
kind of yeah.
the whole like a cop, some would say.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm
Mhm.
just out
Yeah,
here watching all that shit.
knowing
And
what's going on.
uh-huh. I don't
Hmm.
mess around, man. And just like the first topic of today that I really wanted to talk to you about, because I've been thinking about it a lot lately.
Hmm.
It's been keeping me up at night. Why does Overwatch 2 suck so bad?
Oh man, I think there's a lot of reasons. Do you got a reason?
Uh, yeah, I do.
Okay.
And I mean, I can say the joking reason, or I can say the serious reason. But I guess like in the serious reason is because they are fucking milking the players, and the not serious reason is like there's just not enough tits. They need to just they need to drop the official Pornhub, the official Overwatch Pornhub, and then just fucking do it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay. Well, I think some of that is true. I think
I know what you're talking about. You're like, it's not that expensive.
no. Yeah. No, honestly, I think the reason people do like Overwatch is because of the characters. It has strong characters, whether or not you're horny for them or you like them for some other reasons. It has really strong characters, but Overwatch in general has just kind of gone downhill. And it's weird because it went from loot boxes, which is like a kind of a predatory thing to have in your video game, and it went to something else, which seems worse. It's
It is
honestly
worse.
amazing what they accomplished. They accomplished a
Yeah.
worse game with less predatory monetization. It's just you get less. You you have to work harder to get heroes that are relevant, and it's just you have less one less player. Like
Nah, who
I
cares
don't
about
know,
that?
man.
I think
Well, I
5v5 is
guess
fine.
that's not
Yeah.
as big of a deal. But the,
Yeah.
the real issue is that they took Overwatch One, which was a good game, and they made something that is not so dissimilar to Overwatch 1, but worse in every way. You
And
know?
they got
Yeah.
rid of Overwatch 1. You cannot play Overwatch
Oof.
1. And
Oh
it's
my
you play
god.
Overwatch 2. I don't care about. I think 5v5 is fine. And isn't that crazy to think about that you can make such a huge difference to the game by cutting a whole player, but people don't give a fuck because you have monetized the game in such a way that it is more predatory than it was before, more egregious, and that's
Somehow
what
it's more
people.
predatory, even in
Yeah.
spite of it not having loot boxes.
Well, I think the fact that you put characters that used to be free behind a battle pass and you
Mhm.
put them at level fucking 50. Like, hello?
Level 50 on the battle pass?
Level 50 on the back, at least with Kuriko when I was, first started playing it. Level 50 on the battle pass. That means that you're playing that game for a fat fucking minute before you get the character. Like the new
It's
character.
enough to make a person just want to switch and start playing Genshin Impact full time.
Man, you
No.
know what, dude? Don't. make fun of me when I start playing Genshin Impact, bro. I'm gonna start twitching that Honkai game for views,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I'm gonna do it, like, just for the views, because I know people are gonna pull up and be like, "Yo, what's going
Yeah.
on over here?"
Oh
So
yeah, man.
why are there so many titties in this game?
They
It's just
don't
like,
care who's streaming the game. It's just
no,
are you playing the correct anime character that gets
yeah,
me going right now? Yeah.
100%, bro. And so, and then also Overwatch 2 got rid of, they did not get rid of story missions. They got rid of the other thing, which was,
I feel like it
the,
was story mission. It was like a
no,
campaign
it
for
was a
Overwatch
campaign.
2.
No,
Yeah.
the story missions are still there. It's the, like the PvE thing. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Fuck, I cannot believe I don't remember what it's called. I guess because I
But
don't care about Overwatch 2, but they did get rid
but
of
it
like a really important
but
game.
it seems like it was a big promise that they
Right.
kind of just threw away. Like, hey, we're
Yeah.
just not gonna do it anymore. Sorry. And they didn't say like, oh, we're making something else instead, or you
No.
know, we're putting this into the game instead. They're just like, yeah, the thing you might have bought this game for, we don't got it.
No, you didn't buy it. It's free to play.
Yeah.
But the game that we axed Overwatch
No,
1 for is
hold on. Let
gonna,
me stop
know,
you. Let me
okay.
stop you because Overwatch 2, a lot of people paid for. Regardless of it being a free to play game, a lot of people right now they have this new thing going on in the industry where it's you're gonna pay to play the game right now. Diablo did
Right.
that and Overwatch did that. I guess it's the same company, but
Baldur's Gate did
uh,
it.
yeah, Baldur's Gate did it too. Just you
Hmm.
can play the game right now if you want, regardless of how much it costs for this extra premium. So I think a lot of people who were really interested in Overwatch 1 did pay money to play this game and they spent a battle pass on this game. I remember I bought that and I had the battle pass and I wasn't even interested in using it by the time it was time to use it, you know?
For Diablo?
For both,
For
but
both?
for Overwatch 2 also. It's just like I paid for this like premium thing where I get something on the battle pass, and by the time it really came out, I wasn't really interested in the game anymore.
Yeah, I think Overwatch more than Diablo is a game that you really enjoy when all your homies get on and you can all play together.
Hmm.
But as soon as everybody stops playing, it's like, why would I play this game by myself? Like, why would I put myself through this?
Yeah,
Actually sit there and play this game. And then on top of that, they're just like, here's a battle pass, here's $20 for a skin that you would should you know you used to be able to get in a loot box, which I guess is fucking horrible too. So I mean, who fucking
yeah,
knows?
because
Tell
you can get, huh?
no, go ahead, finish your sentence.
I was gonna say, you can get skins in Overwatch 1, but
Right.
it is on a loot box system where you're getting the thing is you could earn it, right? In Overwatch 1 and I've seen a lot of people were saying that it was still a better system and I kind of agree. Like the
Yeah.
way that it worked, it still was kind of a better system even though it was in one of the ways that video gamers don't like, a loot
Right.
box,
Yeah.
you know.
Crazy. So they made it worse than loot boxes, Diablo 2, or excuse me, Overwatch 2. But
Mhm.
I was gonna ask you about like Diablo 4. It seems like
Ooh.
that game they also just ruined it by the way they monetized it.
I don't think it's the way they monetize it in the situation of Diablo 4. It's also monetized in kind of like a silly way, but not like super predatory. They have $20 and plus skins that you can buy for your character, but in real life, that game's just boring, you know?
Oh
Like
wow.
Diablo 3 was not a boring game. You would jump in, by the end of the day, you would have a full set of gear. By the next day, you'd be level capped and have half of your set for the season. And by the next day, you have your full seasonal set, and you'll be pulling off the craziest content in the game, you know. And I think they're afraid that people will burn through their game like that again, which I don't think is really a big deal because people want to keep coming back. Like it doesn't matter if you completely get everything out of the game in 3 or 4 days, like you could in Diablo 3. In Diablo 4, you spend weeks at a time just not having fun. Like,
Wow.
why would they think that that's better to just slow play the game to the point where you're just bored the whole time and by the time you get powerful, you don't want to play the game anymore. You don't even get to that point where you get powerful. Versus Diablo 4, 3, you just play the game and you're kind of powerful at every stage of the game. But then when you hit the end game, you hit this crazy power level. You beat all the content. You're done within 3 days to a week, and but you love the game. You're ready for the next season. You might want to play another character in that season. But Diablo 4 is just such a tedious grind and just this
Yeah.
drag on your spirit that it don't make you want to play it. You know what I mean? Like, I think they thought that people were burning through Diablo 3 too quick, and that's a mistake. That's why that game lasted 10 years. You could go back every season and maybe do something really fun because you knew it wasn't going to be a drag to do.
I've said this before. I don't think that the like seasons is a viable strategy to like hold your game in. I don't think that it's something for 2023. I think it turns most like I think it turns like most normal gamers off. And Diablo fans or people that love Diablo, they were like, yeah, seasons as it's always been. I love that shit. But I think like a Timmy, that's like, I don't play video games that much. I have a full-time fucking job and I play video games like 2 hours a night. And then he sees seasons and it's like, yeah, you're gonna lose all your shit after this season. It just doesn't seem like something that they would want to do. Why would they want to do that?
Because I think when you beat the game, it's a different game now. I can't even make this argument anymore because Diablo 4 changed the game. With Diablo 3, I could make the argument that it's so quick that the Timmy wouldn't even have to worry because the game is so quick. It's a casual game. It was just go, 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 go. Get in there, get in there, get in there. I have my set. I'm getting crazy. I'm destroying the content. I'm sending text to my homies like, hey man, you gonna jump on Diablo 3? I'll power level you. I'm going crazy,
Man.
Versus in Diablo 4, it's just there's nothing like that. It's just a big ass, dumb ass, boring game.
Dude, for some
you know
reason
what I mean?
when you were saying get in there, go, 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 it just made me feel like Dark Souls. This is how I feel when I play like Dark Souls or like Sekiro or something. I'm just like, oh, go, 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 go.
Yeah. Because the thing is, so I was talking to Dustin about this earlier, my friend Dustin. The Lies of P is a hard game, but there's a thing in these Souls games where you've faced the boss, or maybe you've lost a few times, or maybe you just get it from the beginning, but you are understanding like when to dodge or block or whatever the case may be. And so you've done it so many times, now you're concentrating on doing damage because all that other shit you're doing automatically because you got it now. So now you're just like getting the fuck in there. Now it's all about how much damage did I do to him every run that I lost to him. You're not thinking about, oh, I'm trying to block that attack or he's fucking destroying me on that. You're just like, bro, I'm getting the fuck in there. And how can I do that harder, bro? Like, I got to get in there, bro.
You got to play Sekiro. You got to play Sekiro. Sekiro is the same exact thing, man. It's the same exact thing. And I think it's because Lies of P is like a new game. So you want to stay and like, you just bought it. So like you want to stay in it and figure it out. Yeah. And Sekiro, it's a little easier to be like, man, screw this game because it's an older game. Nobody's fucking talking about Sekiro anymore. So
I wouldn't say that. I just thought it was very hard. That's all, bro. I thought it was stupidly hard. I really wanted to play it. I don't care how many of the Dark Souls games are old. They're just like they're classic.
Sekiro's worth.
They have
you need to play that shit, and I need to play Lies of P. That's definitely on my radar. As soon as I finish Baldur's Gate, I swear to God, as soon as the credits roll, it's gonna pop. Like I'm already have Lies of P installed by that fucking point.
I think though how hard the Lies of P is, even in like the first 3 or 4 hours that I played, it made me want to go back and play Sekiro. I was like, well, maybe that's not as hard as I thought it was.
Yeah, it's not.
Because Lies of P is hard, bro.
It's probably the same thing. You just need to learn like how to play it, right? It's like every single like what I say, man. Genichiro. Genichiro. He's the top 3 best Souls bosses in the entire series.
Mhm.
and not hardest. He's not the hardest, but he's like the one of the best. Like he's placed perfectly in the game. Not hard, but fair. And if you know the mechanics, you'll beat him. If you don't, you gotta fucking learn them, or you're not gonna beat him, right? So
Yeah.
he's like I'm telling you, man. Sekiro is one of those games that made me really appreciate boss designs in Souls games. Because sometimes
Yeah.
they're hard, but sometimes you're like, just fucking like um Crystal Sage, for example, right? It's like
Oh my
how many
god.
times we sadly I've died so many times with Crystal Sage, but like she's kind of just like whatever,
An easy
right?
boss.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and
So
it's
when
kind
you
of like
lose to it, you're
whatever,
like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You lose to it, and you're just like, dude, what is
Fucking
going
sniped.
on?
You get
Yeah.
sniped by her, dude. She literally 360 no scopes you, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's just like my example is Crystal Sage is kind of like in the same spot in the game that you would fight Genichiro in
Oh my
Sekiro.
god.
So it's like
Okay.
2 or 3 hours
Okay.
in, right? And so
Yeah.
that's like, and Genichiro is just that he is the boss, right? Like he is
Yeah.
like the dude.
Yeah.
Which you started Sekiro, right?
Yeah.
You started Sekiro? Like you
I
played
don't.
like an hour of it or anything, or
3.6 hours.
3.6 hours? Genichiro is the guy who cuts your arm off.
Okay. I
In the
haven't fought Genichiro
Yeah,
yet.
you
Maybe
have.
I have.
Yeah, you
Maybe
have.
that's what made me quit.
No. Genichiro is in the very first like cutscene essentially. So like when you get the little boy and you go to the forest, you're trying to get out of there. He's the one that stops you. He cuts your arm off.
Okay.
It's a very very beginning of the game, so you totally have met Genichiro. It's
Yeah,
like
because I got the
you have the
Sekiro arm.
prosthetic. Yeah, you got the prosthetic
Yeah.
now. 100%
Okay.
you have met Genichiro, and he's the dude who cut
Okay.
your arm off. And you
Okay.
rematch him like 3 hours in, and it's perfect.
I
But
want to play it again. I think
you
Lies of P
should.
is
You should.
harder, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it has like Bloodborne mechanics, and it has Sekiro mechanics, and it has Dark Souls mechanics. It's
That's
fucking
awesome.
kind of,
That's
it's
fucking
kind of,
cool.
but like in a way that is kind of annoying. You know what I mean? I just wish they had picked one almost.
You also have Sekiro mechanics with a prosthetic arm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like it's almost just so much. Like you at any time you
Dude,
die, you're just like, bro, you could have did 16 things.
I just really like the idea of Pinocchio and then there's like Jiminy and all that. Like I like that idea, and I'm glad
Yeah,
that they came up with such a unique way to do it, man. Because I think that's freaking cool.
yeah, it's a
Speaking,
good license.
oh my god, dude! Speaking of Pinocchio, like it's crazy how we're just gonna segue into this, man. Because we were talking about it off the air, man, about Disney, right? What were we saying? We were talking about Star Wars and Marvel, and
Man,
I mean, dude, what is it? You think is it Disney Plus that has just you know toppled the giant that was Disney? Because it's just every day almost that they get shat on. Like people are just bad mouthing the new Snow White. They're just talking crap about it, and then every single Marvel show that comes out gets horrible reviews. I'm curious to see where do you think it went wrong?
I think it all started when they decided to make more Star Wars movies.
Wow.
I think that the latest Star Wars movies are bad.
Yeah.
I'm not. We talked about this in the last episode. I don't really care about. A lot of people will politicize this and make it about her being a woman and
Ray.
all this kind of. Dude, who cares about any of that? The movie
Yeah.
sucked, all of them.
Yeah.
And
They're
the
horrible.
the first one was the best one because it made it seem like Snoke could be something cool. But
Right.
guess what? When the second one came out, it showed. Guess what? Snoke can't actually be nothing cool. This shit whole sucks. The whole thing is blows.
They
And
really should have had
uh,
J.J. Abrams direct all three movies. It makes
I agree.
zero sense. Why would they get another director to do the second movie and
I
just
think they should
and then
all
they
three have been. It doesn't matter which
yeah
director, just the same director.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like they didn't coordinate the story whatsoever. The second guy's just fuck what he did, right? Like,
Yeah,
and then the third movie is J.J. Abrams being like, no, fuck what he did. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the second movie, the whole thing is like Luke Skywalker is essentially a bum, and and Ray is a nobody. And then the third movie is all about how no, Ray is somebody, and Luke Skywalker was just
He's
messing
a
around the
bum.
whole time. No, he was just fucking around, like duh,
Yeah.
fucking idiot. Like, you really think Luke would act like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
so
Hutter, look at
yeah.
me solo this whole army. But
Yeah.
only what I
Bro,
want.
what ship has like the thing we need to get? It's that one because of the fucking force, dude. You know, it's just
Yeah,
like, man, movie was so
yeah.
bad. Movie
But
was so
dude, at
fucking
the
bad.
in the third one, they resurrected some ships from the ground. All right, so
Right.
look,
Right.
Palpatine pulled them up from the ground. He did his hey,
Mm-hmm.
no sweat on Palpatine. This is not his fault, dog. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's my boy. But anyway, they made Palpatine because he's totally innocent. They made him pull the ships up from the ground, from the dirt, and inside of those ships, fully manned crews.
Yeah. Epic.
So they were just down
Multiple.
there for who knows how long and how many years. They were just all down there, completely encased in dirt, just kind of chilling. And then when he pulled them up, they all came alive and just
No,
started being a crew again.
we need to find out who was Palpatine fucking. You know, like
Oh man,
because Ray is his granddaughter. Who's he fucking? Right? Like, who's
dude, that's
Palpatine?
crazy. Yeah, like he was really out there planting his seed as Sheev Palpatine, dude. But
Yeah.
like, what do you think? What do you think that sound like? Give me your Sheev Palpatine pickup line. Go ahead.
She Palpatine.
Yeah,
So
give me your Palpatine pickup line. Yeah.
I'm picking up. I'm the Palpatine. I'm
Yeah,
looking over
you're
there.
number one,
I'm
bro.
number one.
No,
All right. I'm
yeah.
gonna walk up to you, and I'm gonna be
Mhm.
like,
Hi.
I'm gonna be like, with the power of the Force, some
Mm.
can learn to resurrect the dead. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
talk. I'm just imagining something close to how he convinced Anakin to join the dark side.
I know, right? He's
You
basically
know?
seducing Anakin, right?
Yeah,
He just
exactly. It's
pulls
the
up
same
on a chick
way.
like,
He goes like,
you don't
so.
know the size of the dark side.
He goes like,
You don't know the stroke of the dark side.
yeah. He
He's
goes,
like, I am the Senate. Anyway, yeah, we got nothing here. But anyway, I love
he's like, yeah,
Palpatine.
he's just like, I killed Mace Windu in a
Oh
sword
man,
fight.
that was cat, bro. He was all down there like this with his fucking hands all up, like shooting lightning, all bitch ass.
He's like,
But no, no,
yeah,
yeah, Star Wars was trash. So aside from that, you mentioned Marvel. I
right,
think Marvel had a longer run of being good, right? Because in our modern lifetime, we're born in the 1990s, and we got Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3. We were kids, so we fucking loved them. You know what I
right.
mean? But in age, you could see like a couple of flaws in them, but they're not really that bad. But it still wasn't like Star Wars came back and fucking crushed.
Side note,
But
side note,
side note, yeah.
because I have to make this point now.
Mhm.
A lot of people, not us because we were young and we probably didn't even watch the originals by the time we watched the prequels, right? But
Mhm.
we love the prequels. Everybody who watched the originals hated the prequels. They got a lot of hate.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
if you go look at now, and Ahsoka came out, and I don't know how good the show is or not, but all I know is that Kristen or Christian, whatever his name is, guy who plays Anakin,
Mhm.
uh,
Christian Steven, some shit like that.
Christian comes.
Yeah.
He's in the show, right? He's like he's being Anakin again. Um, People are giving him a standing ovation when they see him outside,
Nice.
right?
That's good.
Because now he's getting the love he deserves You know what I mean?
Nice.
From being Anakin that he wasn't
Yeah.
getting all those years ago.
Yeah. His name's Hayden Christensen. I figured it
Hayden
out.
Christensen.
But dude, even though the prequels might have not been accepted by the people who watched the originals when we didn't, dude, episode 3 is undeniable to any fan. You could bring it up to any fan and tell them about like Anakin fighting Obi-Wan on Mustafar, and like they all
Peak
killed
Star
it.
Wars.
It was they
Peak Star Wars.
smoked it. Sheesh.
That's peak.
But yeah.
They're
But
just
Star
trying
Wars
to.
sucks.
They're trying to get that back. Like they're everything they do is just trying to get that moment back, right? Like that Obi-Wan show is trying to get that back. Ahsoka's probably trying to get that back. They can't. That's peak Star Wars.
I think that they don't realize how iconic it was before they changed it. Because the
Right.
first thing that they did when they came in was they were like, "We're getting rid of the what is it, the EU or what is that called, extended universe, right?"
Right.
So basically, like Darth Bane and like any of the old Republic stuff, Darth Revan, they were just like, you know what, don't need it,
Right.
and that really sucked. And yeah, it's gonna be hard for them to get back what they had before. But like, let's switch it up. Because you also brought up Marvel. I feel like
Yeah.
Marvel had a longer run of being good in our lifetime than Star Wars did by far. There was so many banger ass Marvel movies that you can't even compare it to Star Wars. Like we had in the modern time, Star Wars 7, 8, and 9. In the modern time, we had fucking Iron Man, Infinity War. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What else we got? What's another one that would fit that trilogy?
Captain
Black
Civil
Panther.
War. I mean, we got
Civil
Civil
War.
War. We got
like-
Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
Those are great movies. And that's the thing, dude. Is okay. So Marvel, people want to say that. Well, they okay. They always knew they were going to make an Avengers movie, right?
Mhm.
Like since
Yeah.
the first Iron Man, but
Yeah.
they gave it time to breathe, right? Like they were like,
They
here's
did.
Iron Man, here's Thor, here's Captain America, and they all have like their own movies. Hulk had his movie, but we don't talk about that right now. Like they all
Yeah.
have their own movies, and we're slowly introducing them. But they knew they were going to end at the Avengers. Like they knew where were they going to end, and they did the same thing with like Infinity War, right? They like introduced more characters. They had their own movies and stuff, and they knew that they were going to meet up with Thanos and stuff. Now, if you're watching Phase 4, it feels like they don't know what the fuck they're doing
At all.
It feels
At
like
all.
they're just like, dude, like okay, who like. It's a bad sign when your newest shows you're picking like the B tier characters. Like you've already
Like
gone
who?
through 18.
Like who? Who's the
Moon
B-tier
Man, a fucking Moon Man. Who the fuck is Moon Man? Like what's his name? Like White Knight or something? Like fucking Moon Man. Like,
Moon Knight. Moon Knight. Yeah. Moon Man. Yeah.
Moon Man.
Yeah. Moon Man.
I don't give a fuck. Dude, I don't give a fuck how cool he is. Dude.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Moon Man?
Yeah.
He's like your broke fucking dark. He's your broke Batman.
Yeah, he is. He's the broke
dude.
Batman who's dressed in all white because he just got money. He's new money.
Dude,
these new money motherfuckers out here dressed in white.
Bro. So then you got like She-Hulk, right? Who's also like a B tier character. Like they're like, man. Who, like,
that's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So they're just dropping.
No,
they're
true.
just like now they're focusing. So like, who replaced? Okay, real shit. Who replaced Iron Man? Who replaced Iron Man in Phase 4?
Guess what? They think it's Thor. Psych. That last Thor movie was trash.
Oh,
that last Thor movie
no
was
way they
trash.
actually think it's Thor. No
Who
way.
Else?
Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
no, the movies are boring as hell.
No. I'm not saying they're not boring. Trust me. But I am saying that I think they think that it's Doctor Strange.
Bro, it's got to be Thor or Peter Parker, and that's it.
It will never be Peter Parker. I don't think it'll ever be
He's too
Peter
young,
Parker.
though.
No, it's because Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Oh,
it can never.
Lord.
It can never be. It can never, or at least it can't be Spider-Man right now, and it can't be X-Men either. Or else it probably would have been an X-Men. But I think.
Can you imagine it was Logan? That'd be sick.
That would have been sick. But I think Fox still has contract with them until like I don't know when, maybe next year.
No, Disney owns Fox now. That's part's over.
Oh, okay. Well, then
That's when
it
we were
should
able to get Professor X in the
it
last
should have
Wanda
been
Doctor Strange
it
movie.
should have been like an X-Men, I think. I think like X-Men in the beginning of Phase 4 would have kept the hype alive. But the fact
Bro,
that
on God,
there's still no
bro.
X-Men, like for real, like there's not an
Yeah,
X-Men show or like X-Men movies that have been coming out. Because
yeah,
like think about like an X-Men movie in like the same kind of capacity as like Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe not the same
man.
type of movie, but think of
Yeah,
like Guardians of the Galaxy is one of those few like Marvel movies that came out this year. Compare that to like Ant-Man. Like,
oh, the
you know what
Guardians
I'm
of the
saying?
Galaxy was way better.
Right.
Way better.
So I think X-Men would have been something more like Guardians of the Galaxy in that aspect. That would have been
Dude,
a
if
movie
they
that
had
actually would have
led
gotten.
with X-Men in Phase 4, like you
Yeah.
said,
Mm-hmm.
they would have killed it because
Yeah.
they already showed one of the first Phase 4 movies was that Doctor Strange movie, and they had Patrick Stewart
John.
as Professor X.
Yeah.
Dude, they
Yeah, they
had
did.
you know what I'm saying? They could have went off,
They
dude.
should have. They really should have. They really
Yeah.
should have, man. I think it would have been a much better for them. Oh, and you know what? I totally missed it, man. I remember when I was
Mm,
thinking of this topic, bringing it up. I was like, the
mm,
first thing that came to my mind was when I was in high school when Disney bought Marvel
mm.
and Star Wars and all that. And I was in my history class, and my teacher, he like gets up from his computer and he's like, Disney just bought Marvel, and then he started crying.
What?
He started crying.
What are you talking about? What are you? This is
I'm
fake.
not making.
Hey, to the audience,
This
this man is gaslighting y'all, bro. All right, what are you talking about?
my history teacher started crying because Disney bought Marvel. That's like, I swear to God.
What a bitch! What a bitch, dude! Like, hello? What the fuck, bro? Imagine,
Dude,
dude.
dude, you know what, man?
That dude is a bitch. That's funny, dude. That's hilarious that you got to see like what not to do as a child. You know,
I was like, no, I was in high school, but I was like, should I be crying?
bro. Like, how important was it to him? Like, I want to know like
Very
how much of a
apparently.
fan he was. You know, he
Very
must have been
important,
like,
apparently.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god, that shit's crazy.
yeah.
No, that's a real story, man. I'm not messing around. That is real. That's so fucking
That
real,
is
bro.
that's so good,
I was
dude.
like,
Did
oh,
what happened after?
bro, we just talked about it for like an hour. You know, you ever been in those
And what did he
classes?
say? Like with his through sobs, like as he was like
He
like
no,
blowing out his
he was
snot and
like,
stuff.
oh my god. He was like, oh, what are they gonna do? Mickey Mouse is gonna fight like Spider-Man or something. Like, you know, he was just saying some stupid shit like that. Like, I don't, dude, I remember he was saying some stupid shit.
Bro, he was afraid.
No,
He was afraid like Goofy was gonna beat Spider Man and it would just fuck up the canon.
it was gonna be some like Kingdom Hearts shit with Marvel movies.
Bro, imagine how he felt when he seen the first Kingdom Hearts trailer. Bro, if he cried that time, imagine what he did the second time, bro. Dude,
dude, oh my god,
he
I'm
probably
not,
just like went through his house just smashing shit, bro. Like Kingdom Hearts, no,
bro.
you know.
He's like, Iron Man's like, with the power of friendship, Mickey. And Mickey was like, hot dog.
Terrible, man.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Smack this fool with your captain shield.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. So,
But
my
yeah,
God.
so Disney. So look, let's just sum up this topic. Disney sucks. Not majorly. Like they've done a lot of good, especially on the
Yeah.
Marvel part. But on the Star Wars part, they're supremely fucking up. And now on the Marvel part, they're kind of fucking up too. And in a
Dude.
general sense, they're making too much content. Like there's too many Marvel shows and there's too many Star Wars shows. Just make something good. Just make one of them, and we'll be good.
We're not even talking about how they fucked up like actual Disney stuff too. Like
Right?
how they fucked up their live action shit, bro. And you know what's
Hold on.
crazy, man? It's like they're not even that bad. I watched The Little Mermaid when it hit Disney Plus. It's not that bad. It's really not. But it's just
I heard
like
it was good.
the court of public opinion, like the public doesn't like it. They just hate like that they feel like they have like an agenda, right? And I don't really care about all that. Like my kids want to watch the movie, obviously. They don't care. They don't give a shit about that, right? So when
Mm.
you're watching it, it's really not that bad. But I feel like it just gets so much bad like publicity beforehand, and it just feels
Right.
so fake, right? It just like it feels like they're not trying to actually make like a remake, like they're kind of like pandering, right? But in reality, the movies are not that bad, but it just has such a bad look.
It is kind of annoying that they keep remaking things that are old, but at the same time, it's
Yeah,
like in real life, how many things that are 30 years old or 40 years old are you going to go back and watch, right? So it is kind of
right.
cool. We're having new kids all the time, and they should probably see what at least The Lion King is about. I don't agree that that was a good adaptation, but you
No,
know,
no, bro. I remember watching Lion King with my girl, and
yeah.
then Beyonce was Lana,
Oh
and
my
then she was
god.
like singing. And my girl was like, Beyonce, you need to chill. You're a lion. She
Facts.
was like,
Facts, dude.
you're a lion right now.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing when I was watching the movie. I was like, bro, what is this? Like,
She's
she's
you're
singing.
yeah.
She was
No,
singing, bro.
you're a lion. So 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, honestly, that really wasn't a good adaptation. But I will say though that kids these days, at least mine, and most of the kids that I know, like in my family, in my circle, they don't like watching movies that are like hand drawn as much as they like watching like Pixar animated movies and stuff like that. So
Uh,
yeah.
same, dog. Them Pixar movies be hitting, dude. What are
Yeah,
you
you know
talking
what?
about?
Matter of fact, I watched Elemental this weekend, and
Uh-huh.
I heard that movie bombed. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, but
Okay.
that movie was really great. It was a really great
Okay.
movie. I was
It might have just been a bad time for people to watch a movie when it
I
came out, you
think
know?
it came out when another movie had came out. I think Spider-Man was out when that movie came out,
Okay.
something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it in the movie theater, so maybe that's why. Like I watched on Disney Plus. Oh, that okay. Last thing, because we're almost at time. So this is the last thing. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I think why it bombed or why it struggled is because, and I watch a lot of these movies because I have kids. Um, Pixar in particular got really shafted by Disney Plus because during COVID time, they were dropping like Disney like Pixar movies that were supposed to come out like in the theater. They were dropping them on Disney Plus like just like day of, right, and they're
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
So what are those movies, right? We have Soul, we have
Hmm.
Luca, and we have
Hmm.
Turning Red. Three
Okay.
Pixar movies that I thought were
Hmm.
pretty decent, but
Yeah.
they went straight to Disney. They went straight to Disney Plus. So
Uh-huh.
then, fast forward to whenever the theaters opened up again. They've dropped two movies since then. They both hit movie theaters. They both flopped because
Oh, wow.
I think people look at them now as their Disney Plus movies, not
Oh,
that
you're
they're movie
spitting.
theater
You're
movies.
spitting.
They're fucking
Because
Disney
they're
Plus
thinking
movies.
on everything. They're thinking now they've gotten into the program of having it early and
Right.
playing it for their kid a lot. Because you know how it is. You have kids.
Exactly.
The kid
Exactly.
wants to play it every day, all day
Right.
long, the one movie they're into. And they're just like, I'll watch that shit when it hits Disney Plus,
Yeah.
bitch. Why the fuck would I go to the movie theaters?
Why would I show it to them now and they're
Yeah,
asking me, I want to watch this. I want to watch. I
yeah,
want to watch. And it's like, dude, I can't put it on.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
actually, yeah, that's happened to me before. Like with Super Mario
yeah,
movie, I went to watch Super
yeah,
Mario movie with my family. My son's like, "Can we watch Mario?" I'm like, "I just took you. We're not going
yeah,
back." So,
yeah. I
but
think
yeah,
the parents are savvy to that, and I think the
Mhm.
theaters are not savvy to that. But
Yeah.
just to finish off, bro, just to finish off, WandaVision was the shit.
One Division was good. That made me feel like there was hope. I think that was like the first one they dropped on Disney Plus, right? The
Yes,
first show.
I think so.
I had
Yeah.
hope. I had hope, and then I lost hope when
Woo!
She Hulk came out. I was
Yep.
like,
And
and
I
it's gone.
quicker than that, I lost hope when the Winter Soldier shit, the Falcon Winter
Oh yeah,
Soldier.
that was trash. Yeah, you're fact. That's you spitting
Yeah.
right now. Everybody listening. I really hope you stay this long. But this man has great takes. He always has great fucking takes, and he's a
Thanks, man. You
beautiful
too, bro.
man. I love him very
You too,
much.
dog.
And I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm happy with the way this podcast came out.
We still didn't talk about Invincible. We'll get to that next time.
Oh my god, dude! You know the problem is, Matt, is like sometimes I forget that we're even recording because I just like love talking to you. I honestly,
man.
bro,
I
like,
forgot, bro. Are we recording right now?
We're yeah, yes, we are.
Okay.
So
Just making sure, man.
yeah, I know, right? It really be feeling like that. But
Mhm.
I have to be Mr. Director here and cut the show before we go over too much overtime. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please follow, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, because all that stuff helps us, and that makes us really excited. We actually get really, really happy when we see that kind of stuff. So you guys will make our days. We really appreciate
yeah.
everything you guys do for us and everything like that.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, and we're out of here. Thank you for listening to the Get In There podcast.
Get in there!
All right, I'm gonna